Alright guys, welcome to a new video, new day. I believe it's one of our last days. The day after tomorrow is our last day here in Okinawa. And today we're going to visit Hacksaw Ridge. But first I want to visit and research two sites today. One of them is Kakazo Ridge and the other one is Hacksaw Ridge. But I gotta go to Kakazo Ridge first. And interestingly, it all falls into chronological order. First there were the Battle of the Kakazo Ridge from the 96th Infantry Division. After they captured that, they moved on to Hacksaw Ridge. But then the 96th Infantry Division was replaced by the 77th Infantry Division, which is Desmond T. Dawson's unit division that, you know, from Hacksaw Ridge. So I'm on my way to Kakazo Ridge. This is a wonderful, wonderful battlefield, and I really want to show you guys. Well, I'm not gonna tell you guys what happened there every day. Like, the battles lasted for a long time, but I want to explain to you guys a Medal of Honor story, and I want to tell you guys what happened on the first day. And then I'm gonna do some research, and then we'll move on to Hacksaw Ridge. I hope you guys are okay with that. It's a warm day again, but hey, this is amazing. We're in Okinawa, baby. Let's go and see you guys on the site. Wow guys, I'm not gonna talk about how beautiful this view is. I'm gonna talk about how very much alive this battlefield is. Kakazo Ridge. The battle started here on April 9th, which is 8 days after the landings. That's when the first troops, well, we can see the landing zones right there in the back. On the, not right here the coast next to me, but way on the other side of the, you know, on the other side of that coast, right there. That's where I stayed, in Chatan. That's where all the 4 divisions landed. Now, I hope you guys can hear me clearly. On April 9th, that's when the 96th Division, to be specifically the 383rd Infantry Division, appeared here, right down in the draw. That's where they had their positions, and their first real obstacle after. You guys can see that's the airfield. There's an airfield over there, which is called the Geno 1 airfield. But there was Cactus Ridge, and I cannot see Cactus Ridge from here. But I don't know where to point it exactly. But from there, they advanced on April 9th towards right here where I'm standing, Kakazo Ridge. And there were 2 battalions on the attack, the 1st and the 3rd Battalion. And Kakazo Ridge is a very interesting ridge. As you guys can see on the map, we have the eastern side and we have the western side. The western side is called Kakazo West, and then the eastern side is Kakazo Ridge. And in between, it's the hill slopes down. So we have from east, we have the east and west, and then it goes sort of in a saddle into Kakazo West. 1st Battalion attacked Kakazo Ridge on the east on a very early morning. April 9th. And then we have the 3rd Battalion with I and L Company attacking on Kakazo West. Now the Kakazo Ridge behind lay the town of Kakazo, which was a town of, you know, buildings. And like many other towns here in Okinawa, the Japanese had created tunnels. They had pillboxes. They had a very great network of everything connected to each other, and they had such a great defense. Some of the bunkers are still there. I saw one. They kept it very much alive right here, which I really like. But that attack was one of the deadliest, and it was the start of a very long attack, long fight here in the Kakazo area. But let me explain to you guys what happened after the attack started on the early morning around 6 o'clock. Alright guys, look at that pillbox. Japanese pillbox. This is so wonderful that it's still standing there. I love this place. I love Kakazu Ridge already. By the way, on the other side of the hill was a wall full with bullet holes. I'll show you guys later. Let's see if there's an opening. This is so small to get through. How would you do this? These crazy Japanese river. Oh, wow. This is amazing. This is amazing, guys. Alright guys, this is one of the pillboxes used by the Japanese troops to fire on 1st Battalion attacking through the wooded draw. A and C Company were the ones to go into the attack on this part of Kakazu Ridge. One of the bunkers opened up on them 6 o'clock when they spotted the movement. It was dark by then, but it started to get light. It was dawn. Alright guys, so from 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. the fight started to go on and on. And A and C Company simply couldn't hold it. They were up the hill. C Company and A Company were up trying to get on the ridge, but couldn't hold their ground, and they eventually had to fall back with support of B Company supporting their withdrawal. And from that moment, it was L Company alone on the ridge. I Company wasn't able to make it to Kakazu West either. Now, with L Company left out on the ridge, L Company could also not fall back because they would go into the fire zone and would be caught into fire from Kakazu Ridge, also supporting Kakazu West. As you guys could see, overlapping fields of fire. So, Private Edward Moscala from C Company of the 383rd, the 96th Infantry Division, was here on that morning, and let me read his citation to you guys. He was the leading element when grenade explosions and concentrated machine gun and mortar fire halted the unit's attack on Kakazu Ridge, Okinawa Ryukyu Islands. With utter disregard for his personal safety, he charged 40 yards through withering, grazing and fire and wiped out 2 machine gun nests, all with well-aimed fire, grenades and deadly accurate fire from his automatic rifle. When strong counterattacks and fierce enemy resistance from other positions forced his unit to withdraw, which we talked about, he voluntarily remained behind with 8 others to cover the maneuver. Right, guys? So he stayed behind while even though B Company supported the withdrawal, he stayed behind. Fighting from a critically dangerous position for 3 hours, he killed more than 25 Japanese before following his own surviving companions through the screening smoke down the face of the ridge to a gorge where it was discovered that one of the group had been left behind, wounded. Unhesitatingly, Private Moscala climbed the bullet-swept slope to assist in the rescue and returning to the lower ground, volunteered to protect other wounded, while the bulk of the troops quickly took up more favorable positions. So down on the other side, near, not in the draw, not in the gorge, but on the other side. He had saved another casualty and killed 4 enemy infiltrators when he was struck and mortally wounded himself, while aiding still another disabled soldier. With gallant initiative, unfaltering courage and heroic determination to destroy the enemy, Private Moscala gave his life in his complete devotion to his company's mission and his comrades' well-being. His intrepid conduct provided a lasting inspiration for those with whom he served. Isn't it amazing, guys? Wow. He was awarded the Medal of Honor posthumously. This happened on that April 9th, 1945, guys. We're right here in this draw. This man, Edward Moscala. Let me show you a picture of him. You guys have already, it's on the screen. Isn't it unbelievable, guys? Wow. Look at this. This is so unreal. You guys have no idea. in honor of Edward Moscala and the rest of 383rd. By the way, guys, I'm still standing on Caucasus Ridge, and from here you can see the Maida Escarpment, aka Hacksaw Ridge, with its needle rock pointing there. The famous picture of Desmond T. Doss is taken over there. Can you imagine? Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, guys, arrived in the town of Maida, and I see they are building a Yui Reel right here, so that you can actually go to, I guess you can go to this by Yui Reel in the future, but now I have to do it by bus. I am in Maida, and Hacksaw Ridge is right there behind us. On maps Google Maps, there are several points. There's Desmond T. Doss Point, and there's Hacksaw Ridge Point, and there's Hacksaw Ridge Needle Rock. Let's go to every side, and then I guess we will see how this afternoon goes. Alright, guys, here we are standing this little point, Hacksaw Ridge, and I can now imagine how high it is right here. Holy moly, freaking moly. Look at this, wow. What does it say? During the Battle of Okinawa, the hilly area of Kusuku ruins was referred to as Hacksaw Ridge by the Americans and the Maida Escarpment by the Japanese forces. The northern side of the area, which was the host to the American frontal attack, was also home to Sheer Cliff. Desmond Doss, an American combat medic, was a conscientious objector on the basis of his religion and so refused to bear arms during the war. Okay, this is a wonderful. This is placed after 2016, after the movie release. And this is where it happened. Over here somewhere. This is where the real Desmond Doss was, guys. Together in the 307th Infantry Regiment. 307th. Wow. Isn't it wonderful? I believe he was an F Company. The 77th Infantry Division. Look at this, guys. Somewhere here he was throwing, towing the wounded, rescuing all his men. I'm just gonna sit here and relax and then come back to you guys. Just a little nice rest area. That's what I love about Japan. At least Okinawa, they have public toilets everywhere. They have rest places everywhere. I like it. According to my book, the 307th 1st Battalion had 4 cargo nets. I mean 4 cargo ladders. And those nets, those type of, where they can climb, that you see in the series. They borrowed that from the Navy. They use that on the eastern side, from the eastern side of the escarpment, and just before it drops into Needle Rock, which is right there. That's what 1st Battalion tried to climb up the hill. Now, Company A tried to do it, and Company B as well. Now, Desmond T. Doss was in Company B, and interestingly, that's what they tried on May 31st. I mean April 31st, May 1st, that night they tried to do it, and by nightfall they had a couple of platoons on top of the ridge, on top of the escarpment. So I'm almost pretty sure that is the right location. Alright, guys, I just took these stairs right here, came into this open field. There's another sign. I guess we're closing in on Needle Rock, but before we do so, I want to show you guys how the escarpment looked like. This is how difficult it was for the man, the 307th, to get actually up there and get the wounded back. As you can see, now if this little gorge, if that was there during the war, then you can see where the Japanese, you can think about where the Japanese were located. almost impossible to get through, and also impossible to get hard on top of it, because the Japanese were probably zeroed in on that location. Wow, this is so unreal to me. This is wonderful. Being in the footsteps of Hacksaw Ridge. Wow, this is a dream come true, guys. This is a dream come true. Look at this. Former Japanese tunnel or something, or just a cave. Oh wow, this is probably one of those Japanese tunnels, guys. Look at it. Let me try to get you inside a little bit. Even though there's spider webs, and I don't like spiders. But let me try. Alright guys, so there we have the little, what is it, entrance to this place. Right here is that whole Maida escarpment on which the 1st Battalion tried to climb. Even though they were on top at first, they were driven off. Then slowly around the corner you can go up, and there's Needle Rock. So this is the location where 1st Battalion A and B Company climbed with those ladders on top of the escarpment here. Now it took them until May 6th when they finally captured the reverse slope, because they tried to go on and go on, climb up the escarpment, but were driven off all the time. Throughout the day they slowly gained the ground until they finally captured the reverse slope, and the fight on top of the escarpment was over. Unreal. Like the Japanese troops, they had this, again, just like every hill mass, like we saw at Kakazu Ridge, like Conical Hill, what else ridge did we visit? And every ridge they had this network of bunkers, pillboxes, tunnels on the reverse slope, you know, making it perfect for defense. Like there was actually there's a story in the book about one tank firing a phosphorus shell into one of these tunnels. And a phosphorus shell, you know, there's a lot of smoke that comes out of that results into that. So they fired, the tank fired the shell, and they could see smoke coming all over the hill, because that smoke was going through all these tunnels and all the tunnel openings. So yeah, you guys, in this little minute that I talked, I'm coming up here at Needle Rock. So yeah, this is where Desmond T. Doss, he's also mentioned in the book by the way, climb to the top. Is it unreal? It is unreal. Here it all happened, guys. Those men, they were afraid to go up. They were afraid to go up because there's a quote, there's a phrase in the book about how about the hell it was up there, because the Japanese just launched knee mortars, normal mortars, artillery, everything was going on there. And then every time when the units were driven off, Desmond T. Doss would stay on top. That is the true story. He would stay there, you know, using ropes to to get the men down. That's what he did, guys. It's true. And I'm standing here. Let me show you guys quickly Needle Rock, and then it's time to go home, because this awesome day is coming to an end. Spend some time here. I'll show you guys Needle Rock, and then there's one other point that I still want to check, and that's when we're really going home. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. Please click a thumbs up. And yeah, guys, Desmond Doss won the Medal of Honor. At least first part of the citation is for this, and then he continued to fight while being wounded. Well, not fight. Of course, he didn't fight. He was a medic. He had no weapon, but he continued with the regiment towards the Shuri defensive line and took the town of Shuri as well. At least he fought there, and that part of the citation is also there. Funny fact: Desmond T. Doss's medals were stolen twice. Once here in Okinawa and once in the States. Because, you know, after he lost them, after they were stolen, he had to request new ones, which you can do as a veteran. If you lost your medals, you can do that. But yeah, this clip is getting too long. Look right here, Needle Rock. In the books, it's all written and described, guys. I suggest you to read upon it. This is going to be such a long video again. Hope you guys enjoying it, and I hope it's well worth the wait. It's well worth the watch. Gonna make my way around and see the reverse slope, and then get back on top of the escarpment.